finite, but you feel the spirit, whole flow, shine light, so glow. Every lyric king, cold, cold, so most. Like Rondo on my glow when I pivot, ooh. Most these sheep move like glow. That's why I be on my own. I be on my own. My mama thought I was a joke. But Dave Chappelle told me I'm Dave Chappelle told me and I know where you came to me.
When you're doing the legend grind, nothing matters like that last game. Like, you have to win your legend game. You know, loading into the neighborhood and seeing the little legend symbol underneath the helicopter, see my player fly through. There was no better feeling than that.
Yo! First legend on NBA 2K20, baby.
Having 10 plus badge points on every single category is really game changing, and every single build that I have now is what they would call a demigod. Like, it's really an overpowered type build.
Bro, look at how different my player looks now.
That is literally insane. I have content coming like crazy from
Nightfall in the Windy City with the Willis Tower. And as they, well, he can impact the game in so many ways. The thank you. And now the Lakers starting group. Green is out there with Brent. Then it's Anthony Davis. And there's JaVale McGee. And it's LeBron at the three, the small forward. And for Chicago. White and Levine team up in the backcourt. Markin and Carter are up front, and it's Porter in at the 3 slot. Now here is Carter. Well, Clark, no doubt you've been through this many times. Regular season is a grind. I think you said that before. Gives it to McGee. That shot, no good. Good work defensively by Carter. And a wide open look for Porter. Off target with his three. And here's James. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Here's Green. Bean with the rebound. Outside, White from downtown. And it's Bradley with the rebound.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
And, you know, he's a guy who knows how to defend the three-point shot. He's not going to just give it to you. He's going to make you earn it.
McGee dishes to Davis. Hits it from three-point range.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Markkanen kicks to Levine. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. Shot clock at 6. Here's White. And they're wasting no time getting those 3 points back.
For real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
The pass to Green. In the corner, it's James. Oh, and he almost had a 4-point play right there. He'll go to the line with a chance for 3. It's going to go on Otto Porter Jr.
Still. Playing at an MVP level, LeBron James, the greatest player of his generation, and some would argue of all time. We can't take for granted what we've been able to witness.
And now in his mid-30s, LeBron showing no sign of slowing down.
His dedication to training and really maintaining his body, second to none. Alongside his prodigious athleticism, it seems that's made a huge difference.
Outside, Green lets it go from the wing. Here's Bradley. It's blocked.
And that's evidence that Markkanen is working on his defense, and it's critical that he does so. And blocks like this show he's making good strides.
Porter passes to White. And Carter now, top of the key. High, arcing shot. Can't get it to go. He's taken 2 and missed 2. And here's Bradley from 3. LeBron outside. That one, no good. Nice feed from Porter. In the corner, it's Levine. Kept alive. Here's Carter. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Avery Bradley. Bulls shooting their initial free throws of the game right here. He hits both from the strike.
And you look at Wendell Carter Jr., the center out of Duke. Fantastic blend of size and mobility. A lot to like about what he can do.
Back to James. And the dunk by James.
LeBron James throwing it down is a thing of beauty. An incredible athlete who makes dunking look as easy as it can look.
White dishes to Porter. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And with Wendell Carter Jr., we saw flashes of his potential last season.
Easy to see why he was a snap pick at 7th for the Bulls back in 2018. As he gets more comfortable in his role and his teammates lean on him, he could be a force.
And Porter drops them both. Hey, look at guys like Otto Porter, Greg. He just brings so much with his consistent outside jumper.
And guys, he's shot threes at a tremendous clip the last few seasons. I mean, really for his whole career. Sometimes can be a bit passive, so you just make sure he's involved in looking for his shot.
Kicks it out to James. And here's Bradley from 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. It's all knotted up.
Like the sun rising every day, you can count on LeBron to have his head up scanning the floor and finding the open man.
White with it. Now guarded by Brad. Porter. Rebound the Lakers.
So you will not see that from him very often, especially right at the rim.
And finished off by Davis.
How about the leaping ability of Davis? Easily gets off the ground to throw it down. And he's a quick jumper and decision maker.
And White kicks to Levine. Outside, Markkanen. A free ball. Carries it from three-point range. White's got 6 points.
And he's really been working to get those looks, and it's starting to pay off here early on.
It's Bradley on the wing. White covering. Davis against Markkanen. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
Just barely too late, and catches it on the way down. He's already in the air there, committed, so can't fault him for going for the block.
White the pass to Carter. Back to White. No good. Shot missing. And the Lakers will go the other way with it. James with it. Now guarded by Porter. And finished off by LeBron.
Well, that's one man never afraid to punch it. Give LeBron a path to the bucket. And the finish is going to be something in a post.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago. And the GOAT conversation. LeBron has said his motivation is to surpass Michael Jordan as the greatest of all time. Greg, what do you think he needs to do to bolster his case?
I think for the naysayers, the obvious answer is more rings. You look at the other numbers, including those 8 consecutive finals appearances, LeBron is in the discussion.
Outside, White. Kick out to Levine. Nailed from three-point land. He has 5.
Boy, Levine is a solid shooter from downtown, guys. The defense has to honor his shot from there.
Bradley dishes to James. Back to Bradley. Now here is McGee. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Mark, I have sat next to you doing these games for years. What's prevented you from taking a coaching position at some level? Because I hear you talk, I'm thinking you'd be a perfect coach.
Well, a couple of things. One, coaching never lets up. It's always on you, and I've come to enjoy the fact that I can be fully immersed as a broadcaster and work with great guys like you and others, and then have a period of time where I don't have to be immersed in basketball, and I've enjoyed that. And I also haven't trained or prepared to be a coach because it is demanding in terms of the hours that you have to put in. And I've got a little more job security, I think, in the role that I serve as an analyst as opposed to what might happen if I did try.
You've got all the security in the world, believe me. Levine kicks to White. Markkanen against Davis. Outside, White. Shoots it. That one off the back iron and out.
He has to make that one. I mean, you have to make the defense pay when they slough off of you like that.
And James throws it down.
Boy, LeBron's so strong, so athletic, so smart. I mean, a bunch of his points come when he's driving full speed downhill, and he's impossible to stop.
Right the pass to Porter. And again, no good by Chicago.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage here.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Attacking the rag to great effect.
And not hesitating at all to pound it inside here early.
So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group. Felicios check in for Carter. Valentine comes in for Porter. Satoransky's checked in for Levine, and it's done in for White. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Howard's checked in for JaVale McGee. Kyle Kuzma comes in for Davis. Daniels, he's checked in for Green. And it's Alex Caruso in for Avery Bradley. Caruso kicks to Kuzma. by Dwight Howard. And the Lakers lead by 12.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. You look at James. What a contribution.
And he's just attacking the rim with force here. They need to try and deny him the ball in the paint to keep him away from the basket.
Now, here's Satoransky. He's tightly guarded. He kicks to Dunn. Here's Felicio. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Well, one thing you like there is the extra pass. Evidence that the game is starting to slow down for Dunn.
Kuzma outside. Inside. And James throws it down.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
I'll tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
Dunn dishes to Valentine. Pass to Satoransky. 5 on the clock. Here's Markkanen. Sweet little floater.
Impressive awareness from Markkanen. I mean, down on the block there, really good job of using his height to get his shots off.
Here's Caruso. Dunn covering. At the elbow, it's James. Stripped away. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Dunn's running. And it's in there. Dunn's got it back down to single digits for the Bulls.
Well, you always have to do your best to keep up with Chris Dunn, guys. I mean, just absolutely remarkable in transition, given his athleticism.
Back to James. Plays it up and banks it in. LeBron's got 18 points in the game.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Giving up too many open shots. I mean, that's what's happening here, Greg. It looks to me to be a bit sluggish.
Valentine passes to Dunn. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. LeBron's got 6 rebounds in the game.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass.
And Coach Jim Boylen agreeing to a multi-year extension with the Bulls this summer, Greg.
And taking that interim tag off his title as head coach, Boylen, with over 30 years of coaching experience, afforded the opportunity to continue developing this young core.
And it goes down 2 points. Dunn's got his second bucket of the night.
And Markkanen, the big fella, has nice court vision, solid at finding open teammates.
Caruso, the pass to Howard. Here's Caruso. Dunn covering. 6 on the shot clock. The drive by James. Here's Howard. And that's good. A nice job on the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Greg, you're exactly right. I mean, everything seems to be dropping. Impressive scoring here.
Outside, Markkanen. Passes it to Dunn. Satoransky looking around. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. The drive by James.
Boy, that burst of speed. James may be the fastest guy in the league. And because of his size and speed, he's a force when he turns the jets on.
For Los Angeles, they have gone 4 of 6 so far from the line, missing a couple.
And looking at last season's numbers, down below 70% as a team from the line.
Dunn outside for the 3. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Los Angeles with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. They have made it very tough to get a shot off against LeBron James is the all-time leader in playoff field goals made, and he had this to say about his ability to nail clutch shots.
I always feel like I got it. Always.
Dallas.
And, you know, Greg, that's the type of confidence you got to have.
The words of a leader. James has proven time and time again that he's dangerous in late game situations.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And from what we've seen so far from the Lakers, guys, what are your thoughts?
They came in on a mission, razor-sharp offense in that first period.
And I agree, that was a flawless offensive performance so far. I mean, the shots have been falling, they're making good decisions. That's a nice recipe there.
Valentine and Markkanen, your small and power forwards. Chris Dunn is out there with Thomas Satoransky. And it's Felicio in at the 5, down low. That's the Bulls' 5 as we get into the second quarter. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, DeMarcus Cousins suffered an Achilles injury, and it was a major setback for him, but it was also an eye-opener. Cousins said, any given day could be your last day playing. All the celebrity, all the fame ends. My love for the game has grown, but at the same time, I want to be more than just a basketball player. Kevin, challenges can put anything into perspective.
Thank you, D.A. And that one's good, Caruso.
You know, they'll take the points, but I'm sure Coach would prefer a higher percentage look next time.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Dunn. It doesn't go for him. So Los Angeles will take it the other way.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one, Greg. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles.
And last season, really not a fun one for Dwight Howard as he missed a lot of time. A lot of games left on the table by him as he has battled those back issues.
JaVale McGee's checked in for Howard. Anthony Davis comes in for LeBron. Green is checked in for Troy Daniels. And Bradley's subbed in for Alex Caruso. It's deflected. Markkanen pulls it in. And with Howard, his presence was missed in the lineup last year due to injury.
And Howard isn't what he once was, but he can still make a difference on the floor. That size and rebounding really hard to replace on a team by just one player.
Here's Valentine on target from 13 feet. Lakers leading by 16. Bradley with the ball. To the middle, looking for Kuzma. He gets it there. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. Kuzma's got 6.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Up top, Markkanen. Just 5 to shoot. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. And a shot by Satoransky, no good.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
You know, for a big guy, Kuzma's got some really nice handles and a knack for knocking down shots off the dribble.
Here's Dunn. Markkanen trying to break loose. Dunn misses. The Lakers have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second quarter. Davis. Valentine grabs the board. For the Lakers, they won their last contest, that game against the Spurs in San Antonio. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Los Angeles leading by 21. Here's Bradley. To the paint. Another shot and another basket for the Lakers.
Hey, there's a reason why he shoots such a high percentage, guys. I mean, he picks smart shots, high-quality shots, and close shots that he takes.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. A lot of smart guys playing in the NBA right now, Clark. Any that you spot that could be a great future head coach in this game?
There are so many of them, Kevin, when you spend time around guys and watch how they carry themselves on the court. Usually you look at point guards because they're quarterbacks and coaches on the floor in many cases. CP3, I don't know if he has a desire to coach, but he certainly talks and feels the game as a coach. And Mike Conley, I think he too has the type of cerebral approach to the game that could lend itself to coaching.
That's an excellent starting lineup. And finished off by Davis.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
And there's the pass to White. Off target from three-point range.
Well, it looks like he's cooled down a bit after hitting those two in the first quarter.
Here's Davis. Here's Bradley. That's in there. Davis with the assist. Davis has got 5 assists in the game.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And White kicks to Levine. White against Bradley. The 3 from Valentine. And Davis pulls it down. Davis has got 6 rebounds now in the game. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Here's Levine. It dropped for his 3rd basket. He's missed only 1 shot.
You know, he wants to be more aggressive from there. I like watching Levine work the mid-range game into his game.
Davis dishes to Bradley. Back to Davis. And they double up Davis. Pass to Kuzma. Kicks it to McGee. And it's Chicago with the rebound. They've got the Hawks ahead of them in their next game, and it's in Atlanta. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. Los Angeles has gone a very strong 4 for 5 from three-point land in the ball game. And Kuzma slams it in.
He is a smooth operator, Kevin, in just about every aspect of the game. He's got a lot of stuff in his book bag.
White the pass to Porter. Back to White. McGee against Carter. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. It's on JaVale McGee.
And in terms of size, not your typical center, but man, he plays as big as any of them thanks to that terrific leaping ability.
Clark, you and I are amazed at how the global interest of the NBA has just gone through the roof. The league has made a lot of right moves, I think, in this era.
They sure have, Kevin. I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, the international reach through what coaches in this country have done in teaching the game and promoting the game. Not just coaches, but players as well. I think there's something about the game of basketball that just really transcends cultures. The pace of the game, the personality of the players, the creativity of the game, all of that lends itself to being so popular globally.
Here's Levine. He can't get that one. Kuzma with the defensive effort. And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for Los Angeles. And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
Kuzma not only has great skill, but his balance is so good. Even when he gets bumped around, he still finds a way to score.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Lakers.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
Yeah, they're showing some muscle also in the first half as well, and getting a lot of their points in the paint. Really like the balance they show.
And that one, good.
And a solid playmaker. White has a great sense for when he should look to give it up.
To the inside, and it's Davis finishing it off.
Just playing with poise and confidence, and they continue to put points on the board.
Boy, I like the way they're playing. A very smart first half. Quality shots, not wasting possessions.
White finds Levine. Here's Carter. McGee with the block.
Yeah, if you had to pick the top priority for McGee, I think that's it. Contest shots, block shots, get in the air, use that length to deny shots at the rim.
Green, the pass to Bradley. Here's Kuzma, and there's another one for the Lakers.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I said. Keep the pressure on it.
Carter against McGee. Carter kicks to Valentine. White, left side. From outside, off the mark.
Certainly not the kind of night he was looking for at the offensive end, and it's had a ripple effect on the team.
Davis with the bucket.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Valentine falls through. He's now made 2 of 4. LA's gone a very strong 4 for 5 from three-point land in the ball game. Now Bradley, he has 5. He dishes it to Davis. Takes it off the glass. Davis has got 12 now in this quarter.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
You know, defense, Greg, has really been kept off balance because of the outstanding passes. 4 straight field goals have been made off an assist.
On the wing, Green, defended by Carter. In transition, here come the Bulls. Porter's running and finished off by Porter.
And being 6'8", dunking, not an issue for Porter. All he needs is good position, and he's good to go.
The Lakers shooting 71% all in all in this one. They've been brilliant offensively. Pass to Kuzma. 1:46 left in the first half. And that one's good by Davis.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
It's stolen by Bradley. And it's Davis finishing it off.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Carter looking around. White finds Carter. Some nice ball movement by the Bulls. 5 to shoot. Here's Levine. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
He's certainly been cold this quarter, guys, but trying to shoot his way back into a groove.
Bradley passes to McGee, and he drops in the layup off the glass. McGee's got 4 points in the quarter.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
And White kicks to Valentine. Back to White. Bradley on the double team. The shot by Carter, nobody around. A three-pointer, no good.
Tell you what, the defense was lucky there. I mean, leave him that open from range, he'll typically knock it down.
Passes to Bradley. Levine against Green. Down low, stolen by Carter. Outside, Levine. Over in the corner, White. And again, Chicago. No good. So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. Lakers on top, running away with it. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks a lot. LeBron, are you getting the...
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that. A tremendous game we're seeing from Anthony Davis. He had 23 points, 12 rebounds, and that's going to do it for our halftime.
becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You look at Anthony Davis in this game, he's been everywhere.
Well, with a double-double in hand through 2 quarters, you can just imagine what his stat line will look like at the end of this one.
Yeah, he's got that locked-in look in his eyes tonight, and he's not going to start taking it easy. I think he's going to be going hard until that final whistle blows.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Taking a look at Los Angeles, we've got Antetokounmpo. Kyle Kuzma is out there with LeBron James. Then it's Anthony Davis, and it's McGee in at the center filling out the middle. Los Angeles calls timeout. And Clark, when you look at how the game has changed, if you were entering the league today, how would you reshape your skill set?
Well, the biggest part would be expanding my shooting range. I was a good shooter at the time that I played, but would need to expand it and was just starting to stretch out my shooting to the three-point line. And then also defensively be a little more committed to that end before really working to get better there. The ball handling, passing, scoring, rebounding, those were things that I did pretty well.
And Tavius Caldwell-Pope, he's checked in for the Lakers. Quinn Cook comes in for James. McGee finds Antetokounmpo. Over Markkanen. Antetokounmpo with the bucket.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
Markkanen into the lane. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
And I tell you, the versatility of Markkanen makes you salivate, guys. A big guy with range for days, and I think he's only going to get better and better.
And he makes both free throws. And for a player that didn't come in with a lot of fanfare to the NBA, Markkanen is one of the top young players in the league.
Yeah, call him the marksman or the finisher. Call him Larry Bird, if you like. Fantastic stretch 4 who showed he could be a focal point of an offense, can play with an edge as well, and is just scratching the surface of his potential.
It's deflected. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. Here's White. Shot goes down. Very quick possession right there. White's got 10.
And you can argue this is White at his best, just an absolute terror in transition.
Caldwell-Pope against Levine. It's Caldwell-Pope with the drive. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to go on Otto Porter Jr.
In positionless basketball, all the rage, and Kyle Kuzma really fits that mold. Is he a 3? Is he a 4? I don't know, but he gets buckets.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. And very light-footed is Kuzma. Moves well for his size.
You know, kind of a tweener in terms of build, but he has the ability to light up that scoreboard, something every team can use.
And it's sent back by Carter. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Levine. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. Here's Antetokounmpo.
Far from an ideal start here. I mean, this half just 1 for 4 so far. Only 20% from the field to start this half. To me, it looks like their opponent may have made some nice adjustments.
Caldwell-Pope against Levine. Here's Markkanen. McGee with the block. The pass to Antetokounmpo. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know, you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can.
Here's Porter. That shot missing. So Los Angeles will take it the other way.
Yeah, that's another miss for him. They're behind in this game largely because he shot so poorly.
And on our sideline, our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, the Chicago Bulls continue to be a team in rebuild mode. They traded for Otto Porter at the deadline last season, and that seemed like a turning point. It lessened the logjam in the front court, and his versatile game fit well with some of the young players. Now that they've added rookie Kobe White and other moves this summer, fans are eager to see this young team take the next step. Kevin?
And David, they've got some pieces too. Thank you. Cook looking it over. And here's McGee. Back to Cook. Kuzma passes to Antetokounmpo. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's the dish to Cook. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. Antetokounmpo can't get it to go.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
To the middle, Markkanen. Not going to go that time. Some solid defense from Antetokounmpo. McGee with it. Now defended by Levine. Here's Cook. And again, it's the Lakers.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been awful.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
And it's White missing. And it's Cook with the ball for Los Angeles. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Pass to Kuzma. Now McGee, guarded by Porter. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Buries it down low. Antetokounmpo's got 8 points.
And boy, did he ever sell the pump fake. Worked to absolute perfection.
The Bulls have gone 2 of 7 from the field in the third. That leaves room for improvement, sir. Levine dishes to Carter. Outside, Markkanen. Right side, White. This one for 3. Bangs home the trifecta. White's got 5 points in the quarter.
Man, you have got to honor White on the perimeter. Once he gets comfortable from there, it's going to be bad news for the defense.
Cook, the pass to Kuzma, unloads from 13. And again, it's the Lakers.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Greg, the play in the paint has gone almost entirely all their way.
Carter against McGee. Here's Levine. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Antetokounmpo's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And Kuzma with the basket on the assist by McGee. McGee's got 5 assists in the game. The Bulls have gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. White dishes to Carter. And good that time. He's got 10.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Here's Cook. Here's Antetokounmpo. The slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
When he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
And you know, those second chance opportunities can be game changers. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
Porter passes to Markkanen. Back to Porter. Over Antetokounmpo. The Lakers with the rebound. Antetokounmpo's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Kuzma with it. Now defended by Markkanen. Here's Antetokounmpo. Oh, and he jams it right over Wendell Carter. Wow.
Wow. We are going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Greg. That was special. That was really special.
A circus dunk for you right there, guys.
Outside, Levine trying to get open his partner. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
He's somebody that's really comfortable carrying the offensive load.
To the paint, Antetokounmpo passes to McGee. Back to Antetokounmpo. Oh, he jams it right over Lauri Markkanen. Wow!
And this is how you want to come out of the half. Prolific and efficient.
Boy, I like the disposition and attitude since halftime. They're patiently looking for good shots.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Felicios checked in for Carter. Satoransky comes in for Otto Porter Jr., and it's Dunn in for White. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Jared Dudley's checked in for Kyle Kuzma. Dunn dishes to Markkanen. That's in, coming off an assist from Dunn. Markkanen's got 6 points.
Markkanen doing a nice job cutting with purpose after the screen, folks. I mean, he's extremely hard to guard in these sets because he's intentional about his cuts.
Antetokounmpo passes to McGee to the inside. Stolen by Levine. And here we go. The Bulls fast break. Levine with the ball. Here's Dunn. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's on JaVale McGee.
Well, you see the fantastic size for a point. Dunn going 6'4", 220. Not easy to contest inside.
Well, so many people were worried about Chris Dunn's offense after his rookie year, but you know what, Greg? He's turned it around.
And gone from struggling to hit 40% of his shots to shooting better from the floor. Still a strong defender, and he's making people forget that his offense was ever a question mark.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. Quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Lakers.
Boy, guys, I really like how they've driven the ball to the basket in this game. I mean, they've been very aggressive with it.
And you've always heard of guys being in a zone shooting, but you can be in a zone passing the basketball, and we've seen that tonight as well.
Here's Felicio, and that one good. Felicio's got his second bucket. And it's Cook with the ball for the Lakers. They'll be playing host to Miami for their next game. That'll be the first of 2 straight at home. And here's the fast break. Dunn leading the way. McGee with the block. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. Dunn outside. Now here's Levine. He's got 10. 6 to shoot. Outside, Markkanen. Here's Dunn, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Antetokounmpo. Some changes for the Lakers. Dwight Howard. He's checked in for Antetokounmpo, and it's Alex Caruso in for Quinn Cook. Levine. Ball's not loose, but they get it back. Here's Satoransky. No points in the game yet for him. Such a wide open look. Levine's got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Bulls. LA's gone a very strong 4 for 5 from three-point land in the ball game. Caldwell Pope against Satoransky. Caldwell Pope on the wing. Wing shot on the way. Felicio with the rebound.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good a look.
Satoransky with it. Let's go. Connects, the jumper drops. They've shared the load offensively.
And guys, they put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively.
There's 1:54 left to play here in the third. Now Dunn. He's got 8. Pass to Felicio. Levine for 3. Here's Markkanen. And it's sent back by Howard.
Get that weak stuff out of here around Howard. Return to sender is what he stamped that one with.
.135 left in the third. And he's going to get whistled for that foul. Fauci, that was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Chicago making a switch here. Valentine's checked in, and an intentional foul right there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
And the Lakers call time here.
They're trying to stem the tide here.
Yeah, you know, they had to do something, anything to stop this run. You can't just let it go on any longer.
And the Lakers with some changes. Bradley comes in for JaVale McGee. And Daniels subbed in for Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. The first one falls.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Yeah, they're making the most of their opportunities at the stripe, and they'll need to keep it up to take the lead.
Caruso kicks to Howard. Trying to get something going. That one doesn't drop. And the Bulls going the other way now. Dunn looking over the floor. And the pass to Valentine. 1:04 left here in the third quarter. Markkanen passes to Valentine. Over Howard. The shot by Valentine, no good. Los Angeles has gone a very strong 4 for 5 from three-point land in the ball game. And it's Bradley off the drive. Dudley's shot is good.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line. So we'll see Denzel Valentine go to the line here. It's going to be on Avery Bradley. Bulls have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
And the free throw, no good. A floater, and there's Daniels. That's good on the assist by Bradley. Bradley's got assist number 10 tonight with that last one. Pass to Satoransky. Lead pass was put in just the right spot. Satoransky's got 4 points in the quarter.
Boy, Dunn is fantastic at moving the ball around, finding teammates with ease.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Caruso. He's got 7. Shot clock at 5. It's Bradley on the wing. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. Just 4 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Markkanen. And no good in the last second attempt this time. And so it's Los Angeles. Sitting pretty as the quarter comes to a close. Their lead all the way up there at 35 points. And it's been there. And a quick look now at the State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the two-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or two when he needs to.
That's right. I mean, that's not his primary duty, but when the situation calls for it, he can do it and does it well.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Dunn is out there with Valentine, and it's Felicio in at the 5. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Here's Caruso, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It goes on Denzel Valentine. Clark, there are a lot of factors a free agent puts into selecting the new team that he goes to. Talk about the factors that aren't basketball for these free agents.
Well, I think you could see some of them if you gave it some thought, Kevin. Just think about it, market size, nightlife for some guys is important, business opportunities when you think about places like Silicon Valley or New York or Los Angeles, season of life for the individual player in terms of his family and where he might want to reside after he's done playing. So there are a number of different things that contribute to free agents making moves from one team to the next.
Now, did you have a family, Clark, when you played your last couple of years in the NBA?
We were without children, but it was Rosie and I. We've been married 4 years, and then our family started right after I retired.
Caruso kicks to Dudley. Howard trying to free himself up. The offensive rebound, and it's slammed in by Howard.
Such a great rebounder. Athleticism and length. Dwight Howard knows how to use those gifts that he possesses.
Here's Arcidiacono. Cornette passes to Arcidiacono. Here's Cornette. He's guarded by Howard. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Hutchison. And the rebound goes to Howard. Howard's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Here's Daniels. Here's Dudley. And then Chicago with the rebound. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Pass to Arcidiacono. Back to Valentine. Mark, do you think the NBA should consider expanding the use of replay? I know you personally like to slow the game down, but you also want the calls to be correct.
Well, it depends on the circumstances, Kevin. I like the fact that replay is available and it helps enhance the ability of the officials to get calls correct. Expanding the use of replay, though, has to be done very judiciously. There are a couple of areas, goaltending would be one, where you take a look to see if that's the case. But I think flow of game takes priority over trying to get every single call right just because you think technology gives you a chance to do that.
Here's Caruso. Felicio with the rebound. Felicio's got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Arcidiacono. Passes it to Felicio. Dishes it to Valentine. Here's Arcidiacono. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
And throw move there. Finds a way to gain some separation against the much taller defender.
You know, your assumption would be that he'd be at a big disadvantage in that matchup, but you'd be assuming wrong.
Bradley can't get it to go.
Hey, how about imagining if they were hitting their shots, how big the lead could be? But so far, that's not been the case.
Now the pass to Arcidiacono. Take us inside the halftime locker room in the NBA.
Well, players typically just regroup individually. There may be some conversation between the players as a group, but then the coaches will huddle, evaluate what transpired in the first half, what adjustments need to be made, and then they'll communicate that to the team. And it's basically a time to rest and regroup for the players to adjust and strategize for the coaches.
Clark, you think there's any videotape review in there, maybe showing players certain sets, certain schemes?
In this day and age, for sure, with the use of iPads and technology. If you go back to my time, there was no quick turnaround of video in the halftime locker room.
Right. I do know officials do that, too, in their locker room. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And the first one at the line is good. And Greg, when you evaluate Avery Bradley, the offense isn't what it once was, but the defense is certainly still there.
Yeah, Bradley has struggled with the scoring in recent years, but defense, that does not go cold. Still a menace to ball handlers, and his reach and length can suffocate perimeter players.
Pass to Arcidiacono. Here's Hutchison, guarded by Bradley. And the basket by Hutchison.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
Caruso looking for an opening. Howard dishes to Dudley. Pass to Bradley. Back to Dudley. From deep three-point range. And it's Howard finishing it off.
Really hard to keep Howard out of the paint. I mean, once he gets the position he wants, he's going to look to throw it down.
Passes to Arcidiacono. Okay, changes you'd like to see made in the process when players and teams are fined for any number of things, incidents on the floor or off the floor?
Well, I think there's a place for fines, and the different amounts depending on how egregious the act is by a player or team makes some sense. I think having different categories, but I'm one that would rather hit hard and less often. So I think if you want to minimize the number of finable offenses, then make the penalty be greater for those things that are finable.
Los Angeles has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Here's Caruso. There's the pass to Dudley. Out to the right wing. 2 on the clock. Here's Daniels. And there's the foul. It'll go on Jared Dudley. That's his first foul.
You want your team to be aggressive on the glass, but he was a little too zealous for that rebound.
Yeah, it appeared to me as he was trying to get a piggyback ride, man. That's an easy call to make and gonna be called every time.
The shot by Harrison, no good.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And guys, that's exactly the kind of high-impact defense they want to see out of him.
And nice job taking what the defenders gave him. But these guys need a gut check right now.
Well, that's exactly the kind of defense that's gotten them into the hole.
Here's Cornette, and he banks in the layup. Cornette's got his first basket of the night.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Sometimes you just got to man up and take a tough foul in order to stop these free runs to the rim.
Dudley, no luck.
Boy, just cannot buy a bucket, guys. I tell you what, that's a painful quarter for him, and it's painful for me to watch, too.
Here's Arcidiacono. And here's Daniels. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
And so, it's Arcidiacono with it. He brings it up for the Bulls. Pass to Harrison. But for a couple of years now, the NBA has released the last 2 minutes report detailing missed calls in any game. Does it hurt the officials to have that information out there?
I don't think it hurts. It's not always comfortable, but I like the transparency of the move. I really do. I think when we're transparent about the human nature of what we do as broadcasters or referees or players or coaches, I think it makes for a better product. So I'm in favor of that.
The Lakers on offense. They're on a 14-6 run. Daniels with it. Pass to Caruso. Now here's Howard. He's guarded closely. Chicago grabs the miss. Felicio's got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Harrison. And no good that time. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Here's Caruso from 13. Felicio with the rebound. Felicio's got 8 rebounds in this game. Here's Arcidiacono. Here's Cornette. Goes back up. He lays it in.
It's never easy trying to keep him off the glass. He's an absolute beast down there.
Now Daniels. Inside. It's deflected. Chance shot, and it's blocked. Here's Hutchison. He's covered by Daniels. The last couple of years, Clark, we've seen a couple of Hall of Fame level players go on these farewell tours in their final year in the NBA. What a great way for fans of opposing teams to honor these terrific stars.
You know, I was a little bit mixed on how I felt about the farewell tours, but these two were handled so beautifully, and there have been others that have been handled great. It gives the fans an opportunity to express their feelings for some of the greats in the game, and that's heartwarming for all of us, I think.
Yeah, you and I were just talking about the way Kobe and Wade were terrific in their tours. And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. JaVale McGee's checked in for Howard. Antetokounmpo comes in for Jared Dudley. Kyle Kuzma's checked in for Bradley. And it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in for Daniels. Arcidiacono, the pass to Cornette. Good on the bucket. Cornette's got 8 here in the quarter.
Can't be thrown any better. That bounce pass hit him right in stride.
It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. To the inside. Stolen away. Oh, and a fast break for the Bulls. Here's Arcidiacono. Finished off the break.
Good job getting the ball and completing that play.
Boy, there's not much defense available once a steal is made. That's the best time to attack on the break.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Lakers.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And now, for the year, this is going to take them to 7 wins.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
It sure is. It's just a 2-gamer since they're in opposite conferences, and you can bet they'll take the same approach right into game 2 that they had tonight.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Davis.
Every time he shot it, it seemed like it was going to drop in. And if it didn't, everyone was surprised.
McGee, the pass to Caruso. Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yep, to have a stress-free win on the road, very satisfying. The fans are already headed for the exits.
Here's Hutchison, lock at 6. Here's Cornette. Another 3 for Chicago.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care.
David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for...
Rolled away in the dirt under me, yeah.